What's up friends, been a minute watu wangu. Hope you guys mko poa, you good. So some of you guys reached out na wakaniambia you need a crash course ya Photoshop. So I'm actually preparing a crash course. So this is the first video on our crash course, the Photoshop crash course that is going to take about 10 to maybe 20 episodes. So this is our first lesson 1 on our Photoshop crash course. So basically on this tutorial I'm going to show you the basics of Photoshop. That is the merely introduction into getting into Photoshop. So before we dive in, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative content. So yeah, right here, this is my Photoshop, and for me, I already have some, as you can see, these are my recent artworks that I've worked on. So for you, if it is the first time you're installing Photoshop, you won't have any of these recent, but you'll have this create new button, the open button, and this bar on top here. So as always, you know, for you to start using Photoshop, just create new. In case you need Photoshop, just comment on the comment section, tell me that you need Photoshop, then I'm gonna hook you up on how you're going to get Photoshop. So just click on create new so that you can create a new project. Then you're going to get this window right here. So right here, when you get this window simply tells you to choose the dimensions of the artboard you want to design on. So hapa hivi, depending on what you are designing for, maybe you are designing for print, you'll come to print, maybe check for F4, A5, A6, B5, you know those sizes, either on landscape or portrait. But anyway, if you choose on any of these presets, you can still change the orientation right here. So for us, since this is an introduction, let me just use the normal A4 right there. So it's always on portrait, then the resolution is 300. Then our color is RGB. That is when we are designing for screens. Then when you are designing for print, you use SCMYK. So RGB, since we are designing for screens, then here you choose your background, whether you want a custom color, black, or maybe transparent background. For me, I'm going to go with white. Then I'm just going to say create. Then Photoshop does its magic, and here is our artboard. So right here ndo utafanya mambo yako, my G, you get me? So right here, this is where you're going to design your artwork. So since this is the first video, we're not going to design actually anything. So I'm just going to show you the introduction. So the first thing is knowing your tools right here. So this is your toolbar, this bar here on top. So in case maybe if you can see maybe your layout is different from mine, that is how this workspace is. Just come to window, come to workspace, then choose essentials as the default, or just reset your essentials. So ensure you are on essentials default. Then now you'll get a workspace that looks exactly like mine as it is right here on my screen. So the tools on our left, those are the tools you need to know, because those are the tools that will enable you to design anything, either a flyer, a social media poster, anything that you want to design in Photoshop, since Photoshop is one of the most powerful tools when it comes to graphics and design. So for you to become a graphic designer, the first thing you need to know is the designing software, you know, that is Photoshop. Then now the next thing is knowing the tools in Photoshop. So the very first tool on our toolbar, on our far right top, is the move tool. The move tool simply enables you to pick objects, click and drag them and position them on anywhere on your artboard. So the move tool, as it suggests, as it says, as it is called, the move tool, is just to help you move objects from one place to another inside the artboard. Then the next tool is the rectangular marquee tool. This rectangular marquee tool, it enables you to make a selection. As you can see, it shows that small tutorial right there. So it enables you to select maybe a certain part of an object or of an image. Actually, Photoshop is mostly used for images, so not objects. Yeah, literally an image. So it will enable you to select a certain part of an image. Then now maybe you can delete that part or add some effects on that part. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Then the next tool is the lasso tool. The lasso tool enables you now, since the rectangular marquee tool, when selecting using the rectangular marquee tool, it selects in form of a rectangle, as you can see. But now when you come to the lasso tool enables you to select any shape that you want. You just draw it from the beginning to the end. Then when you go back to the end, you see it selects that part. As you can see, you can draw anything that you want. Now this part is selected. So for instance, if you have an image in our background and you want to select a certain shape on that image that is maybe custom, it's not a rectangular, then we use the lasso tool to select that part. Then on our next tool is our quick selection. The quick selection, as you can see, there's that small tutorial that is appearing right there. It enables you to select. It's a quick selection. So as it says itself, quick selection, to select things quickly. So it enables you to select, maybe you have an image and maybe you have an image of a person and it has a background. So you want only to select the person. You can use the quick selection tool. So it will enable you to select the person and leave alone the background. I will show you that. I'll dive deeper into that when on our maybe second lesson or third lesson. Yeah. When I'll be showing you I'll be showing you how to use these tools. Then the next tool here is the crop tool. The crop tool, as it suggests, anyone knows how to crop. You can crop your image. Yeah, actually it is used to crop images. So that's it all. Then the frame tool, for instance, you want to create a frame, then now mask an image inside that. But yes, you can use the frame tool, and also you can use also Photoshop has a function called masking, or it's just to mask. You can mask images inside a certain shape, but again you can use the frame. When I click on the frame, then draw here, now I have that frame. Then if I have an image, I didn't want to show anything, but yeah, you my guys, but again, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, come on, kindly do that thing, man, huh? Subscribe right there, do that thing, man, come on. Yeah, click on that button, man. Yeah, I hope you have done that, and yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So let me just bring in an image here really fast. Yeah, let me just bring this image. Oh, come on. Photoshop is a bit slow, so let's give it time. Yeah, there's the image, and already, as you can see, oh, come on, what? As you can see, the image is already inside our frame. You see, it's inside the frame that we had created right here. So let me see if I can delete the frame, then now show you that in real life. So file, place embedded. So that is how again you can learn something. So when you go to file, then place embedded, that is how you bring images into Photoshop. Then now just locate where your image is, double click your image, and boom, there you have your image in Photoshop. So now, for instance, I want to mask this inside a rectangle or a frame. I just come here, click on my frame, then just click and drag like that. So I have my frame. Then now I can go back to my move tool. As I said, the move tool helps you to select and move objects around. So when I move this inside this mask, there it is inside the frame, and here it is. Now we can move it around. It is inside here. You can, I think, double click and move it around just the image. If you double click, you are moving the image inside. Then if I click outside, click on that, and now we have our frame. The image is inside the frame, my guy. So that's it for the frame tool. Then the next is the eyedropper. The eyedropper, as you can see, the eyedropper enables you to select. Let me undo so that we can have our image back. So the eyedropper enables you to, for instance, you are designing a certain design and you want the colors that are inside inside this image. Okay, so for instance, if I need this color, I just come to my eyedropper. Maybe I want to use this color on a text that I'm going to use on this design. So I'll just come to my eyedropper. Where is it? The shortcut, I think, is letter I on your keyboard. Yes, you can see the shortcut is letter I. Click on it. So this is my eyedropper. If I click, as you can see, that color appears right here on our swatches panel. I can also click somewhere else, as you can see. So that is how you get these colors. And when they're right here, now if I go back and maybe create a shape, okay, you can learn another tool. Here it is, the rectangle tool. If you click and hold, now you get this. Any tool that has this small arrow right here, that means there are more tools inside that tool. So I want just okay, let's learn the rectangle tool. If you click on that, click and drag, then now you have a rectangle. As you can see, it has that fill. So for instance, I want to change this fill, so you have to go back to your move tool. Then now you can select the color that you had dropped from this image, and now you have that color here. So that is how you steal colors from images. That is specific custom colors that maybe you want to use on your design. So already we have learned the rectangular tool. Then again, the rounded rectangle, just click and drag. Then you can just use your swatches right here, or color. Click on the color, go back to your swatches, it will appear here. You can use this drag here, maybe it's this green, go back to your swatches, here's the green. When you click on it, it fills that shape immediately. So the same thing applies to all these shapes, the polygon, the ellipse, yeah, the custom shape. Just click on it, click and drag, and you have a shape. There it is. Then you can just come here, give it a fill. Yeah, you can take that back to your move tool. As you can see, we have this nice flower here. It's a custom shape that if you click on this custom shape, and we are on our custom shape, there are shapes right here. You can drop down, there are wild animals, boats, you know, flowers. Just click any that you want. Let's say we want this submarine. Then now, since it's selected, click and drag. And I have my sub right there, man. Then now give it a fill. Yeah, and there is my nice sub, you know. Then as always, the move tool, as you can see, I'm using the move tool a lot to click and move objects around my artboard. So yeah, that's how you use the rectangular tool. Click and hold to get these tools. Then now again, at most I want to show you the tools that I use most, because these tools are too many and the functionality is too much. So the move tool, we have learned about that. We have learned about the rectangular marquee tool. It enables you to select shapes that are rectangle. Then in the lasso tool, enables you to select any shape, you know. Then the frame, so that you can frame your image inside that frame, you know. Then now the eyedropper to select specific colors. The content aware, it enables you, like, this is an AI it comes with I think as from Photoshop 2020, so that it enables you to remove parts of an image. Yeah, I'll explain that deeply. Then we have your brush tool. If you click on that, then okay, back to my layers. Where are my layers? Select on any layer. Then now if I click and drag, come on, I have to create a new layer. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so as you can see, the brush, just click and drag. You can choose the type of brush right here. Where is it? Come on. Yeah, here. You can choose if you need this type of brush. Yeah, just choose any type of brush, give your settings as you want it to be, and that's it. Yeah, another tool I use, you can use the gradient tool to create gradients, as you can see. So maybe I want my sub here to have a gradient, so I'll click on my sub. Oh, seems I used the brushes on the sub, so okay, fine. I just come to my gradient. Then now I can choose the type of gradient on top here, maybe blues. I want it to have these blues. Then now I can click and drag. Oh, it filled my entire background. But yeah, that's how you add. Let me click on this, then show you how to add the gradient. Then click on your gradient, give the type of gradient, come here, give it the gradient, and already it has a gradient. So yeah, that's it. Then the next tool here is the blur tool. For instance, you want to blur parts of maybe an image. You use the blur tool. Just click on it, then just click and drag above the image, and that part will become blurry. Mostly used for images. So this is a smart object. I'll need to, let me convert this to smart object. Right click, rasterize layer. Then now if I use the blur tool, let me first increase the size of this so that you'll be able to see that functionality. So now my blur tool right here, then if I click and drag, this part will become blurry, so I have to change the settings. You can use a certain blend mode depending on how you want it to be. Oh, come on, the problem is right here, the fill. Let me change this fill to black. So I need a blur. Yeah, it will do some blurry stuff here. I don't know why it's not showing up, but with time, if you continue doing that, the blurs will start appearing on your image or whatever artwork you are doing that on. And the dodge, I don't use that tool. Yeah, the pen tool, another powerful tool. If you want to draw any custom shape, you can use the pen tool. Just click, yeah, like that. Then now you'll be able to draw any shape like that. Then again, you can tweak this after maybe drawing. You can still click and drag them around, get those anchor points like that, just using the pen tool. The pen tool enables you to play along with custom shapes. Then the text, as you know it's a text. It's a text. Yeah, it's a text, man. Just click on it. Click anywhere on your artboard. Oh, my artboard is full, man. Then now you can start typing. So you can type, what are we doing? Crash course. Crash course. So since the fill is white, so we are not able to see that. So let's come to swatches, give it black. So there it is, crash course. Let me delete some of this. Just click, use the delete button on your keyboard. So you can use these corners, click and drag to increase the font size like that. So that's it. Yeah, that is our type tool. Then the next tool is our path selection tool. It enables you to select nodes on a shape. Then now you can manipulate the nodes. For instance, we have a rectangle like this. Then now maybe I want to play along with this. I'll just come to my direct selection tool. Then I can click on this. Then now I can drag it around. If you say yes, then now that is how you can play along with these nodes. Yeah. So that's the direct selection tool. We already did about the rectangle tool. And this is the pan tool, the hand tool. Maybe you want to drag your artboard maybe around. I don't use it, I mostly use my zoom. And for you to zoom in and out, hold Alt on your keyboard, use the wheel on your mouse, and that is how you zoom in and out. Yeah, and that's it, guys, for today. Please, come on, do that thing right there. Do that, fanya hiyo kitu, man. Click the subscribe button down there. Then let's meet in the next class as we dive deep into this Photoshop crash course. So ensure to subscribe. See you in the next video. Boom. Be strong.